The CM2 Racing Dash is MOZA's newest Simracing display. Checking on the MOZA website, the original CM Racing Dash and RM Digital Dash are out of stock. I haven't checked directly with MOZA, but that does indicate to me that the CM2 replaces both of those older models. Later in the video I will demonstrate this display in use, but as we continue through the unboxing, let me go through the specs. The display is a 5-inch glass touchscreen with a resolution of 1280 by 720. The refresh rate is 60 Hz. 16 RGB lights partially surround the border of the screen. We get two cables because the CM2 can either be plugged directly into a MOZA wheelbase or using the USB cable plugging into your PC. So you don't technically require a MOZA wheelbase to use this display. It can operate standalone, no other MOZA hardware is required. But whichever option you take, the display uses the MOZA Pitshouse software to function. I know some people will ask this, can you use SimHub or SimHub dashboards? The straight answer is no to that. You're stuck with the MOZA Pitshouse software. The case is aluminium and includes a height adjustable metal bracket that hard mounts to all MOZA wheelbases. A feature that sets the CM2 apart from other dashboard displays is its onboard quad-core processor, and dashboards are stored directly on the device. This means it operates at a very low latency. Here we are in the MOZA Pitshouse software. The left-hand panel displays the dashboards installed on the CM2. This is how it comes with 7 dashboards. You switch between dashboards by swiping on the touchscreen. You will find some dashboards have multiple screens. You can also change the selected dashboard in the MOZA Pitshouse software by clicking on them. The right panel shows an additional selection of dashboards. These are not installed, but any one of them can be sent to the CM2 with a simple click. There's a full-featured editor included. You can design one from scratch or edit one of the templates. There is an online guide to learn the software, but one of the easiest ways to work your way around the software is to take apart one of the dashboards. It's a simple enough drag and drop interface. Dashboards can be exported and shared, and of course you can import dashboards made by other people too. There's a separate tab for tuning the RPM LEDs, that being the top row of 10. Everything is laid out and straightforward in the software. You can adjust the colours and how the LEDs react to the RPM input. And finally, the LED telemetry tab. This relates to the 2 clusters of lights on the sides. Here you can select telemetry cues, making the LEDs light up, reacting to certain effects, or warning flags. The LED colours can be changed using the colour wheel. When the CM2 is plugged into the wheelbase, the display turns on when you power on the wheelbase, and that's really it. It kicks into life when the supported racing game launches. If you don't have a MOZA wheelbase, the CM2 works just as well over USB. However, the mounting bracket is only designed for MOZA wheelbases. To help with that, adhesive pads are included for sticking the bracket to the top of your wheelbase. It is a solution, though not very elegant. I would have liked to have seen a universal mounting bracket that covers other popular brands. A good example of this are the dashboard displays from SimDid. I'm a big fan of those. I'll drop a link below to a couple of reviews you may find interesting. The telemetry covers the important data points, the usual stuff like timings, speed, temperatures, fuel, tyre pressure and wear, etc, plus a bunch of other things you should be able to identify here. Also a track map, though that's limited to a handful of titles. This footage is from ACC, but when we swap over to Automobilista 2, the dashboard is not capturing all the telemetry from the game. There's no reason it shouldn't be able to, other than being limited by the MOZA software. This is disappointing personally to me, as I do enjoy AMS2. This is something that could be addressed through a software update. MOZA, I hope you're watching this. Besides my complaints with AMS2, the MOZA software doesn't do a bad job. Sure, not as versatile and feature-packed as what a SimHub dashboard is capable of, but SimHub does go above and beyond. That application is something else, it's next level, nothing else comes close. I wouldn't expect MOZA to be able to compete on that, but I will add MOZA has demonstrated their commitment over the time I've been using their products to making improvements, adding features and regular MOZA Pit House software updates. In 6 months' time, who knows, there could be some interesting new things that we haven't seen here today. 2 years ago, I reviewed the first version of the MOZA CM Digital Dash, and there's definitely been improvements made with this new hardware. The aluminium enclosure, for instance, the CM was plastic, plus the touchscreen is a new feature, as well as the LED lights. Price-wise, the CM2 is a little bit more expensive than the CM, but not by much. And certainly it's completely justified. This is higher quality hardware over the original. The CM2 Digital Dash looks slick and is made well. It's a nice bit of kit. I always run some external dashboard displays on my rig. They are useful devices. I highly recommend using them. I think the CM2 Digital Dash is worth consideration if you already have a MOZA wheelbase. The USB standalone functionality is an added selling point for this device too, so that's good. But if your plan is to run it standalone with no future intention to ever own a MOZA wheelbase, I would rather recommend you get yourself a dashboard display you can run with SimHub. Plainly put, it's a more versatile application and that makes more sense in the long run. I've covered Simracing dashboard displays a few times before and I'll post a few links below, including some cheap DIY options. So check out those other videos, there's plenty of ways to do this.